Okay guys, I'm going to quickly show you how to create a blended photo in Photoshop. The first thing you're going to do is open Photoshop. If it's not already down here on your dock, you're going to need to go to the launch pad, which is this little rocket ship. Sometimes there's multiple screens, but Photoshop is the blue logo. You can double click it to open Photoshop. Now that I'm in here, you're going to go to File, and then you're going to go to Scripts, and then you're going to load files into Stack. Once you have this screen up, which I'm going to have to adjust my monitor, it's going to say Browse. I'm going to click Browse, and I'm going to go to my desktop. On the desktop, there's plenty of folders that are in there, but you want the one that has HS Art with the 3 little people on it. Once you have that open, and you'll notice I'm in this type of view where there's columns that are vertical, I need you to go to your class. If it's photo second period, go to second period. If it's ninth, go to ninth. Find your name, and then find your picture. First, you can have your collage. So I'm going to open that. Then I'm going to click Browse again, and I'm going to click my portrait, my actual photo. Open that up. Once you have both of those, load it, then click OK. Alright, now I have my collage stacked on top of my portrait. I want to resize my collage to make sure it fits the same size of my portrait. So I'm actually going to hit Command, hold Command and hit T. It'll give you a little box. I'm going to adjust the size to match. Once you have it matching, just click over here on this top arrow and hit Apply. Now I've got my collage in the front, and I have my portrait in the back, and I want to switch them. I want my collage in the back. So if you go over here, you've got both images. Just grab the one that's on top and pull it to the bottom, and that'll switch your photo to be on top. Once your photo is on top, go over here to the photos, click on the actual portrait, make sure it's highlighted, then go down here and click the mask button. It's a little rectangle with a black circle in it. So I'm going to click that. Then over here on my filters, I'm going to click the brush tool. Once I have the brush tool selected, it looks like a paintbrush, you're going to go up to the top and click the little number that's on there, and you're going to make sure your hardness is set to 0. Then you're going to make sure your size is, and you can sample it over here on the right. It's kind of hard to see on my screen, but you want your circle to be rather large if you have a pretty big photo. If it's really detailed, you might want something smaller. So I'm going to choose a brush that's about this size. I'm going to then hit that drop down again and go into my photo. Over here on your photo, there should be a white box. If that box is white, you want to make sure over here on the left you have the black box on top. So right now I have the white box on top. I'm going to click the black box, make sure I have the right color, and then I'm going to click this little arrow to switch the two. Now the black box is on top, I'm ready to go. Looking at my image, I'm going to start erasing the background. Whatever you don't want in your final, you just erase it away. I might get in close, I might leave some of the car. It's totally up to you what part of the collage you view and what part of the portrait you view. I'm going to erase all this background. And let's say I made a mistake. I just erased my head. I'm going to go up here to Edit, and I'm going to click Step Backward. Or you can shortcut key Command Z. Re-erase what I want. Anytime you make a mistake, just hit Command Z. And I'm basically done. This is how I want my final product to look. So I'm going to go up to File, Save As, and I want to make sure that I am calling it my self-portrait with collage. and I spelled with wrong. And where is very important. If you aren't sure where to go to the little HS Art drive. We need to go back to the desktop. If you need to, you can save it on the desktop if you want. Sometimes Macs are a little hard to maneuver. So for now, I'll just say save to desktop. Format is Photoshop. You want to save one file as a Photoshop document. Click OK. And then you want to save a second time as a JPEG. So I'm going to go File, Save As. For now, we'll say Desktop. But I want the format to be a JPEG, just a plain old JPEG. So one is a document that you can go back into and work on some more, and one is the actual photo. You want to save a copy of each, just in case you're not done or you want to go back and make adjustments. I have 2 files saved. If I close out of Photoshop, I've got one here on the desktop and one here on the desktop, the PSD and the JPEG. You're going to want to take both of those. I'm going to hit Option or Control and then click it and hit Copy. I'm going to open HS Art, go to Student or Second Period, find my folder, and I'm going to paste it. Control click for Paste Item. I already have one in there because I made it earlier. So you want to just click Paste, it'll be fine. Then make sure you do that same thing with the other one. Then you'll have both in your folder. Then you can drag these items to the trash because you have another copy saved. You don't want to leave it on the desktop. And that's it. That's all you need to do.